This is a Hat Trick podcast.
Oh, lovely.
Welcome to In the News This Week, the podcast from some of the team behind Have I Got News For You, serving up an irreverent stumble through the headlines when the TV show can't. Think of it like this. If the main show has the speed and majesty of the bobsled at the Winter Olympics, then we're going downhill on a plastic sled. I'm Mike Rayment, and joining me this week is a highly qualified lineup with a PhD in cynicism from the University of Please Stop Talking to Me, it's Queenie Miller. Yay. And with an AS in maths, and furthermore, did I tell you I'm really good at maths? It's Emerald Paston.
God.
Hello.
Really
God.
good. How much time do you spend coming up with those? Can I ask?
I don't know what the correct answer is because I want it to sound like less time than you probably think to make it sound like I haven't put as much effort in as I have. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But how are you guys? You well?
Yeah, very
Very
well.
good, thank you.
I actually had a week off work.
Oh,
Jealous.
I watched the Melania movie 8 times.
That's a good use of your time.
I just wanted to go somewhere that no one else was, so I just went to the cinema.
You probably account for like 90% of its ticket sales.
Yeah, and I'd do it again.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be funding them. Come on.
It's like I love that story about 50 Cent. He had a feud with Ja Rule. Ja Rule was doing a concert in New York and he bought out the whole, I think like the first 8 rows of his concert, just so that no one would sit there.
Wow.
Which is a level of petty that, as I imagine Queenie's done with her local Odeon.
I didn't have to, but
Yeah, I know. Well, let's get into round one, where we begin with the biggest stories of the week. This is the release of 3 million Epstein Files and the ensuing chaos, confusion and misinformation. It's almost like it was planned that way.
Yeah, weird.
Before we get into it, and quite rightly stick the boot in on some famous sleazeballs, I do want to just frame this all in the context of this statement released by the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, who said this week, "This latest release of Jeffrey Epstein's files is being sold as transparency. But what it actually does is expose survivors. Once again, survivors are having their names and identifying information exposed, while the men who abused us remained hidden and protected. This is outrageous. As survivors, we should never be the ones named, scrutinised and re-traumatised, while Epstein's enablers continue to benefit from secrecy. This is a betrayal of the very people this process is supposed to serve." So sorry, I know it's a bit of a heavy thing to start on, I just felt...
couldn't
I
agree
think
more.
that's the right thing to
In fact,
start
one
with.
of our biggest jobs as researchers is to read all the papers. And one thing I was noticing today, even more than usual, which I shouldn't be surprised about, is just how much the press reporting on this has been skewed in such a way to demonstrate the Trump narrative that, you know, we've always been the most transparent presidency of whatever. And there are less redactions than last time, which purport to be for the benefit of the victims. But most of the new correspondence seems to be like, from Jeffrey Epstein to blank, loved the torture video, sent from my iPad. And blanking out the names of perpetrators isn't helping the victims.
No, I think we can all
Or
agree.
survivors.
So, yeah, well said. With that in mind, shall we talk about some of the men who've been exposed and quite rightly deserve some negative attention?
Yeah.
Let's
Are we
do
going to
it.
do a pick of the pops?
Well, you could.
my
I said,
God.
should we do a rundown? But then we'd be in danger of running into Christmas.
True.
There's a lot to choose from. So to help you out, I have devised a little game. I'm going to give you the name of someone mentioned in the Epstein Files. And I want you to tell me which category they fall under. Dashed, splashed or rash.
What?
Wait. Please explain what those all mean.
Well, it's up for you to... This is part of the game. So in true
So you have
Higbee
to figure
style.
out
What
Yeah.
it means.
So your first one is Peter Mandelson. Dashed, splashed or rash.
Can you be all three?
He
Is shit the
It's
bed
like-
one of them?
I did try and rhyme that. I just couldn't find it. I'm too lazy. Hit his head, shit the bed.
Found dead. Yeah.
That's so much better. Now, in this context,
So horrific.
I've said
Sorry.
fairly on brand for the Epstein Files.
True.
In this context, Peter Mandelson has dashed. He's quit Labour
Oh, I see.
following several revelatory mentions in the Epstein Files.
The fact that he wasn't sacked and he was allowed to resign is astounding.
The fact that he stayed on, presumably knowing some of these things.
Yeah.
could
I mean,
possibly come out.
less than
Yeah.
12 months ago, Starmer appointed him as British ambassador to the US. So what?
Yeah.
What?
You do question Starmer's judgment that a man who's had to resign twice in disgrace from Labour governments, has already taken money from people, keeps turning up on some quite dodgy people's yachts and powerful men's yachts, and is nicknamed the Prince of Darkness. And Starmer goes, do you know what? I got a good feeling about this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you mentor my whole operation?
Yeah. Morgan McSweeney's the one who really went out to bat for Mandelson and said,
Right.
I think he's something of a protege of Mandelson's. Mandelson's been a bit of a mentor to him.
Wow.
So I think there's been a lot of pressure on Keir to get rid of Morgan McSweeney. I do wonder if this is the point at which he has to go.
I wonder if he's deleting from his CV, like, mentored by Peter Mandelson. He's like,
Yeah, he's getting rid
pressing
of his
the delete button
references.
so fast.
Yeah, famously, Peter Mandelson once said he was a fighter, not a quitter. But like many things Peter Mandelson says, that's been proved inaccurate. That said, he's quit Labour, but he hasn't quit at time of record, he hasn't quit the House of Lords.
No, but that makes sense
Yeah,
because
he fits in there.
they're fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even in the top 10 worst people in there. Good evening, Lord Sugar. Yeah, in a statement on Sunday night, Mandelson said he was quitting the government to prevent causing Labour further embarrassment. Although, thankfully for us, he's not the only source of embarrassment when it comes to Labour.
In the Epstein Files, it's saying that he received like $70,000 from Epstein, right? He and his partner.
Mandelson's claimed he had no record of the payment. Well, I guess it's quite hard, to be fair to him, to keep track of all these payments from different businessmen. I think he got a £375,000 loan when he was an MP from someone else. So,
Yeah.
you know,
You've
it's
got a feel for the guy. He's got too many
yeah.
plates spinning.
how can he be expected to keep up with all this money? But he has got a suggestion. Have you seen that?
No.
He's got a suggestion for who should look into the money and his arrangements with Epstein.
I don't think he's at liberty to give any suggestions at the moment, but anyway.
It's himself.
Oh,
He
fair
said.
enough.
He said.
He's
said
angling
this
for a
week,
job.
He said, "I'm gonna look into it." So I think that's fine. And do you know what I mean?
great.
Everyone should just calm down. Kid, just
Oh, why
get
are
off
we
his back,
God.
mate.
Why are we even talking about it? It's
I
fine.
know, right? Yeah,
He's gonna look into it.
God. Did you see, so Trevor Phillips, who apparently is a friend of Peter Mandelson's,
Is that euphemism?
I feel like now he would say no, because he gave like an address to Sky News and he said, I would claim the friend's privilege to tell Peter that he has been at best naive and foolish, at worst greedy and duplicitous. And the weirdest thing about that is it's word for word exactly what I say to you guys when you don't laugh at my jokes. So I feel like he's
See the
copied me
point we're
there.
making to laugh right now.
Yeah.
Thank
Also,
you.
can I just say, craziest use that I've ever seen of the gay card being played? Did you see the interview with Laura Koonsberg? He said, quote, because I was a gay man in his circle, I was kept separate from what he was doing in the sexual side of his life. Gay card, played.
No, it comes out of it really well. So he wasn't in it for the sex, but just to clarify, he was in it for the money and the political capital.
And probably to turn a
Yeah.
blind eye to the other stuff.
Yeah.
You'd assume.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Just now, Peter Mandelson joins Reform.
Do you know what? For a minute there,
I
for a
know.
minute there.
I
Yeah,
convinced
mate.
myself
Is that
and I
a
was
move?
reading it from my
Yeah,
notes.
Maybe
I thought you
that's
could
the
say
move.
quit the House of Lords, but no, that would.
No.
I tell you what,
require
that would be
some
the
sort
best
of-
thing he could do to like redeem himself with Labour. If he joined Reform, it would be quite a treat for Labour. I feel.
Well, they sort of dragged them down with him.
yeah.
I don't know. The Tories are doing a good job of giving them some bad eggs
Fair
to bring
enough.
them down.
I just blacked out at the end of the sentence. The Tories are doing a good job. I was like, whoa.
Alternate universe.
No, don't. I think we can all agree we're not here to give any of the parties any praise. I think the worst thing I've seen so far, and who knows what will come out over the next few days, but there's evidence in the Epstein Files that he sent an email to Jeffrey Epstein tipping him off that European governments were going to bail out the EU during the financial crisis. I think that is verging on criminal.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think if that was like a private bank, you'd be talking about insider trading.
If the Tower of London was still in use, I think we'd know what to do with it.
We could still use it.
Bring back the Tower of London.
Genuinely.
It does sound like a reform policy, so I'm not going to push that too hard.
It's so right.
It's up there with bring back shame. I think
Bring back shame.
bring back shame. The Tower of London can be a symbol for that. I think you're
What,
on
like
something.
in Game of Thrones, walk Mandelson through the streets ringing a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's probably like could well be his kink.
Oh God, that's not.
Anyway, here's your next one in the Epstein Files. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor Dashed, splashed, or rash?
Dash?
Splashed.
One of you is right.
He's made a
You have to
splash
be.
in the papers again.
Andrew is splashed all over the papers. He's the poster boy for the Epstein Files, if you will. Have you seen the photos, Queenie? I know you'll be paying attention.
Rue the day I chose to take the job as picture researcher. It's awful. There are photos of Andrew sort of crawling, kneeling over what seems like an unconscious woman. There's different reports of it. Woman or underage girl. Speaking of the term underage woman, what is with the press in this term?
Yeah.
That's a child.
Yeah.
Underage OAP. I'm an underage OAP.
The reporting on it is a bit strange and maybe takes away from some of the survivors' allegations and some other people that are trying to evade this. But it's definitely worth talking about because he's still being payrolled by the taxpayer. He's still
in Windsor.
Privileges. He's still in Windsor.
Yeah. And he's
Is he
having a
being moved to
5-bedroom
Marsh
house
Farm?
made ready for him. Yeah, he's been moved
Which
to
it
Marsh Farm
feels
in
like-
Norfolk.
Can I suggest instead of Marsh Farm, can I suggest Belmarsh? Maybe that would be better. I
Yes.
think that would be a better choice.
Marsh Farm seems like they just came up with that name. It was called something fancy before, but they were like, oh yeah, if we
Right.
stick him in like Shitpoo Lodge, people are gonna like Sandringham sounds like what an Etonian would name his dog.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
house is still on the Sandringham estate and has 5 bedrooms and stables and outbuildings. So
And he's still not moved
Yeah.
into it yet. He's still
No.
like, there was a picture of him in the papers over the weekend, and it was those long lens snapshots through the car. He was like driving out of Windsor, and they said, "Oh, Andrew, this is the first picture of Andrew since the new Fresh Pictures came out." And you think, why is he still there?
agreed.
It's insane.
But don't worry, guys. Keir Starmer has laid into him.
Yeah.
He said that he should testify.
Has he
before
written
Congress.
a strongly worded letter?
He basically has. As we've learned,
Yeah.
you have to do some really bad stuff before Starmer will like poke his head out of the
Yeah.
parapet. So
If Andrew just holds out a few weeks, Labour will U-turn on it. It's fine. They'll
Yeah.
say it's good. They'll say it's
It's
all
always
fake
a
news.
silver lining.
Yeah. Did you see what weird nickname we discovered Epstein has for Andrew? That
Baby
was released
boy?
in the files.
No,
would be-
what is it?
I'll tell you. I'll just preface a little warning for everyone listening. If you're eating your lunch, you may just want to pause this or put it down for a second and then come back to it. According to The Guardian, one of the emails released this week as part of the Epstein file was from someone who referred to themselves as the Invisible Man, and it had correspondence between them and Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein. But throughout the email exchange, they also refer to themselves as Andrew and are called Andrew and refers to Sarah and the kids. So I think
great pseudonym.
there's a good indication here. But basically, this invisible man, Andrew, invisible man, told Epstein he's about to be a father again, and Epstein asked him, "Should I call you Super Sperm?" Which is awful because it's a clear breach of royal etiquette. He should be called Jizz Royal Highness.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And that is why we make this programme.
I'm out. I'm done. That's all I wanted. I'm going to the pub. Forget it all.
This is also not even touching on all the Sarah Ferguson stuff, which has come out again in the last sort of few hours before we're recording.
It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, there's so many people we go into. I mean, also just shout out to Elon Musk for years making such a big deal about the fact he'd never been to Epstein Island. And it turns out he was begging Epstein to let him come to his parties. And he's just saying,
For it. He's begging for the wildest party.
Imagine being the type of man to ick out a paedophile.
Yeah.
He was too cringe for a paedophile. That's so embarrassing. Obviously, he's awful, and it's disgraceful the behaviour he's been doing. But just for a second, that Epstein and Ghislaine were like hiding in their house, turning the lights off, pretending not to be home when he emailed being like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, this loser's wants to party. Sorry, our plane's too full this time, actually, Elon."
Okay, finally, the last person of the game. We've reached the end. Bill Gates, dashed, splashed, or rash?
I'm going to say rash because we haven't had rash yet.
Yeah, me
I
too.
don't think-
Precisely, Emerald.
Yes, you're 100% correct. You've seen through my flimsy game. It is rash. It's basically the whole reason I wanted to play this game. Much like Bill, I've been itching to get to it.
Oh, God.
Oh no, what's happened?
You're not seeing this? Okay. So, released in the cache is an email from Epstein claiming that Bill Gates got an STD from a Russian woman he met through Epstein. And Bill Gates had been contacting the billionaire paedophile Epstein to ask how he could slip his wife some antibiotics without her realising, so she wouldn't find out. So we've learned that, much like his software, Bill Gates is susceptible to viruses.
Oh my God.
I mean, I've never seen Queenie speechless, so
It's true.
I'm happy I got to see the moment you heard this.
Christ.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
And I think that's the perfect place to end that round. Welcome back to In the News This Week. It's time for round two, where you've each brought a story from the news this week which you think would work perfectly for round two of the TV show. Queenie, hit us with it. What you got?
Okay. This article I found has been written by the guy it's about. So I'm going to talk. Oh. I'm going to quote from him as if I
thought you started it with a riddle. I thought it was written by what he was
40 white
about.
horses on a red hill.
Yeah. What am I?
I feel like Queenie's going to read out a blog post from Jack. That's what I'm expecting. You can
by the end of this, I'm going to come back to you, Emerald, and you've got to decide whether it is that or whether it's from the Times.
Great.
Okay.
So the headline is, I do exorcisms for the Church of England. I've seen enough to believe ghosts may be real. And no, I didn't write this.
I was going to say, this is from your own blog, isn't it?
This is
such a Queenie story, can I just say?
Although I think when it comes to exorcisms in the Church of England, I'm pretty sure Queenie bats for the other side.
Thank you. You know me so well. That's really touching.
Yeah. See, we can be nice to each other.
But this is Reverend Dr. Jason Bray. He is a deliverance minister who regularly confronts hauntings and paranormal activity for the Anglican Church. I've no idea why poltergeists keep throwing shoes. They're probably just condemning George Bush's interference in Iraq, but what do I know?
That is an excellent reference. One of the all-time great video clips. Yeah, this was George Bush gave a press conference, I think, in Iraq, and one of the Iraqi journalists got up and threw his shoes at him. So good at ducking, George Bush, in a way you just wouldn't expect, but also just stood there and took it. Yeah, just didn't know what to do. I thought it was a good symbol for how everyone felt about George Bush. Next to Trump, he's like, it's basically like Abraham Lincoln.
So again, this is perspective of Reverend Jason. Mm-hmm. When people hear about my job, they assume I burst into people's houses like the exorcist from the film. It couldn't be further from the truth.
He's already there. He's let himself in beforehand.
He lives in your walls, yeah. He's the one who's terrorising you just so he's got something to do.
With his weird shoe obsession.
Yeah. Oh, God. He says it's not dramatic. I'm much more likely to turn up and say, "Hi, I'm Jason. I've been sent to sort the leak in the temporal time frame. If you could just show me where it is." Like a British gas guy.
What?
Like a gas engineer.
From him.
Yeah.
That's an actual quote from him.
I would be so freaked out if someone came to my door and said that.
Like also, Thames Water for poltergeists.
Like, why is he so British? Why has he managed to make it, like, uncool? How's he managed to do that?
He's like a church ghostbuster, and he's turned it into,
And he's made it into a normal tradesperson job.
Would you consider going on an exorcist meter? I'll come back in 6 months. I'll pop a card under the mat.
Is this Keir Starmer after he's resigned?
It's funny. I just, do you know, so I subconsciously was just like, who's
like Keir Starmer?
Who's like the most boring, irritating person I can imagine? I think it's because you described him as a deliverance minister surrounded by ghouls, and it made me think of Keir Starmer.
Thought of the Commons, yeah. I will say this is the paragraph that made me chuckle a little bit. It says there's quite a lot of overlap with mental health conditions, which is why we work closely with medical professionals, yada yada yada. Basically,
oh my God,
people have concerns that can be explained by medical conditions.
So basically, he goes in there and he gives it a go, and then if it doesn't work, he calls in.
They call someone more qualified.
They call a psychotherapist, They call like an actual practitioner of medicine. He says his job is to pray. It's always to reassure people. It's not like a scientific experiment where you can control the variables. You can say that again. Of course, of course, it's not a scientific experiment.
Yeah.
And then he ends it with, "There is a lot of evil in our world, but I fully believe that good will triumph eventually."
Oh, it's a bit of hope.
Which is really nice. So I thought this is me bringing my hopeful story about hauntings and exorcism and demons.
I like that you ended it on gave us a little positive at the end.
Yeah.
Nice to know that even though completely not real and just having no effect on anything whatsoever, but there are people out there trying.
It's like the Lib Dems of the church.
Yeah, we all broadly go, okay, that's fine. Do you know what? They're not hurting anyone.
They're not helping anyone either.
No.
And as long as once they've spoken and had a go, we can then bring in someone more qualified.
Oh my God, it's the perfect metaphor.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks so much, Queen. What a story.
That was great.
Emerald, you're up. What you got for us?
Okay, my story is about a museum that I'm actually surprised none of us have been approached about. It's the Museum of Personal Failure.
Cool. Oh, no, so yeah, personal failure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So she said it's surprised
Excuse me.
no one. Shit, sorry.
Look, we're all here for a reason. So it's an exhibition that's in a shopping centre in Vancouver, and CBC describes it as featuring lost hopes, shattered dreams, and crushed ambitions. And Queenie, I think they're your favourite foods, aren't they?
I'm on a special diet.
It's been curated by a resident in the area called Avan Collins. And he said he had the idea when a relationship of his ended. He said, I felt like a failure. I just needed to do something with it. And this is what I did. And not only that, he went out soliciting for people to share their failures with him. So he made posters that said failures wanted. And he plastered them on bins, on curbs, and on electrical boxes in the area.
Oh my God.
It's either that or speed dating, so I get it.
Yeah.
It's so true.
We could send your exorcist guy to him. I'm pretty sure he's never met
He's
an
failed
actual
a couple of
ghost.
jobs in his life, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Would you guys include anything in the Museum of Personal Failure? I have a quiz for you based on this news story, though. Seeing as we were talking about desert island discs last week, my quiz is it an exhibit from the Museum of Personal Failure, or is it something that a current politician picked as their luxury item on desert island discs?
Oh my God, this is
I have to contain my
exceptional.
excitement right now and pretend to do the deadpan thing that I normally do.
Okay, first item, a knife. Is that something from the Museum of Personal Failure, or a luxury item for a politician on desert island discs?
Is it David Miliband's? He went on and then he looked in his back and found he had that knife that Ed put in there. I imagine a lot of politicians have got knives, put knives in backs.
You guys are wrong. It's an exhibit from the Museum of Personal Failure. A bladesmith submitted it because it's a knife that can't be sharpened because there's an issue with the chemical properties of an oil that he used on it.
Oh, wow.
And a knife that can't be sharpened sounds like an excellent murder mystery book title.
Wow.
Bagsy.
Yeah.
People can still be smiths.
Yeah, he's a bladesmith. That's his job.
so
How
cool.
badass. Okay, next item. A football. Is that an exhibit from the Museum of Personal Failure, or is that a luxury item for a politician right now?
That sounds like something that has been sort of group workshopped for Keir Starmer to say so that it's inoffensive
now?
and seems relatable.
Yeah.
To be
I'm
like,
gonna
I'll bring a football.
I'll take a football to the desert island and I'll draw a face on it and I'll call it Morgan. And I'll talk to it until,
And I kiss it good night.
yeah. Come on, Morgan. Let's make some rules. No, you're right. Actually, no, we should U-turn on that. No, you're right.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say, is it a ballsmith? And it's they made the ball and it's unkickable. It's the unkickable ball. But whatever you do, you just can't kick it.
Yes, you can.
Oh, nice. Queenie is correct. It was Keir Starmer's luxury item on desert
Are you
island
joking?
discs. You are correct, Queenie.
That
His
is
luxury
incredible.
item. The reading material he picked was an atlas.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Wow. Well, so you
How
can just look at all the
boring.
places he can't get to because he's on a desert
Something
island.
like that. I don't know.
Because he can't read words, so he's looking at the shapes and the colours.
Oh my God. Do you know what? You're so right, though. Like, the worst thing about that is they're terrible items, but it would have taken a team of Labour, like spin doctors, like a month to come up with that and
Genuinely.
like, workshop it. And
Yeah.
They would have been sweating,
Yeah.
being like, what can we say that's not going
Yeah.
to upset people?
I will take Captain Tom Moore's Zimmer frame with me as a reminder of everything he did to say. No care.
Okay, next one. A wedding dress.
Is it Liz Truss's? Because it's the memory, when her memory resets, it goes back to her wedding day. And then she's like, oh, what am I doing? I'm in Tesco. Right. Oh, I'm in Parliament. Shit. And so it will jog her memory.
Interesting. I was also thinking maybe it's what Suella Braverman showed up in for her first meeting with Nigel Farage. So I was thinking it could have been that maybe. But no.
That's very good.
Bride of Chucky.
It's from the Museum of Personal Failure, and it's actually the organiser's mother who submitted it. She wanted to tell a story about her failed marriage.
Oh, what, to his dad?
I imagine
Oh my God,
so.
kick a man when he's down.
Wait,
Yeah.
his mum did
This poor
that.
pair. His mum submitted her wedding dress. She did say it's about their marriage and how they were able to move on. So there's like a positive.
I was about to say, well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. He set this up because of his failed relationship.
No wonder he has commitment issues. This guy sounds messed up. He needs an exorcist and a therapist. He needs them all. We just got to throw everything at it.
Final one.
Yep.
The 22 movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Infinity Saga. Is that something in the
Definitely the
museum?
Personal failures, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The personal failure of everyone who think that passes for good cinema.
Yeah.
Interesting you should say that. Kemi Badenoch picked these for her luxury item. She related the Marvel Infinity Saga to the Conservative Party's journey, which does make a lot of sense because a lot of people used to be into them, but they're like way less popular now. And they have a lot of weirdos with anger issues in it.
On steroids.
Yeah, with really tight ties.
Yeah, and weird dress sense.
Excellent. Time now for the missing words round. I'm going to give you guys a headline from the past week with some words missing, and I want you to fill in the gaps. Here's your first one. Heavyweight boxer embarrassed after what?
Heavyweight boxer embarrassed after realising he's been injecting Ozempic instead of steroids for 6 months.
He's gone down to a flyweight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Heavyweight boxer embarrassed after shitting in the living room.
What?
I would be.
Oh, true.
Oh, fantastic. I thought you were about to just like, I thought there's some incredible context there.
Same. I had a similar thought though, Queenie. I had heavyweight boxer embarrassed after moving down a weight category once he's had a big poo. I'm thinking along similar lines there.
I
Good to
mean,
know
my
where your
original
brains are at.
joke process was like boxer and the dog and what the dogs do that's embarrassing. But it's funnier if it has absolutely no context. So there you go. Heavyweight boxer embarrassed after being fat shamed by Almond Mom.
Oh.
What's an almond mum?
As a mum that only
Mike.
eats almonds.
Is that a thing? What?
It's sort of
How does it, like, honestly, like, I read so much news and then you guys just have these things and you like say it like it's a fact, like people just know that, oh yeah, almond mums. Oh,
this
yeah,
one's
yeah,
about
yeah.
4 years old.
What?
It's basically, I think it happened in COVID, but I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, Emerald. It's basically kids being like, oh yeah, my mum brags about not really eating anything because she grew up in the generation that were told that they needed to be skinny.
Yeah, it's
all
like
the
really
time.
skinny conscious
like,
mums.
but in the guise of being skinny instead of being healthy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I only ate an apple today.
Genuinely, sometimes when you guys talk, it's like I feel like I've just woken up from a coma. I've missed like 4 years.
Mike, you have. Are you okay?
You've been on display in the Museum of Personal Failure for the past years.
Horrible both of you.
Sorry.
Jack. Any more?
Heavyweight boxer embarrassed after a colour analysis reveals his big gold belt clashes with his skin's undertones. Again, this might be I've had my colours done, so I feel like...
Is he like a true winter or whatever?
He should be wearing silver, you guys.
Yes.
Silver is
I
right
don't
for
know,
his...
or maybe he's an
his-
almond mum. Who knows? What year is it? Who's the president? No, the answer is heavyweight boxer embarrassed after punch knocks his toupee off.
My dad sent me this.
It's genuinely
so funny.
The pictures are incredible.
He has my surname.
Jarrell Big Baby Miller,
Big baby.
because he is quite a big guy. There is a touch of the chubby babies about him. I feel like I wouldn't say that to his face because he'd punch more than my toupee off.
I think for next episode we need to think of what our, in quotes,
Boxer
thing
name.
between our
Yeah.
names for a boxer would be.
Mike Almond Mum Rayment. Yeah, no, this is Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who had his hairpiece punched off by Kingsley Eber in their fight at Madison Square Gardens.
Oh,
It's
no.
genuine. I implore you, Queenie, you've seen it already, but I would love you to all go and look at the picture. It's quite incredible. It's sort of every punch, it comes off a bit more, and there's a point where it's like flapping, and the audience were like laughing and gasping.
Oh.
He realised what's happening. Fair play to him. He sat down in between rounds, ripped it off and threw it into the crowd.
That's so cool.
And then went on to win the fight. So...
Wow.
Speaking afterwards, Miller said he'd lost his hair only days earlier after mistakenly using bleach he'd found in his mum's house instead of shampoo.
What?
I think that's what you say when you're lying and you don't want people to know that you've been bald for a long time. But again, I would not say that to his face. He's a very big man who would punch my facial hair off. Next, Keir Starmer gives President Xi of China what?
A note that says, "Will you be my boyfriend?"
I mean,
Aw,
yes.
For Valentine's.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what he went there for, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was to woo him, wine and dine him.
Keir Starmer gives President Xi of China the finger when he has his back turned, but then quickly hides it when Xi turns back around.
And drops all his papers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just how much I could visualise that.
Right.
Yeah.
Keir Starmer gives President Xi of China full access to Buckingham Palace because why not? Everyone else has.
Andrew's just left the door open on his
Yeah.
way out.
Do you know what? You've already kind of mentioned it in a previous round.
Whoa.
A
Keir
ghost?
Starmer gives President Xi... Keir Starmer gives President Xi of China a Manchester United football.
No way. His
The man is
luxury
obsessed.
item. But now what
The
will happen
man
if he
is-
gets stranded on a desert island? He'll have no friend.
Yeah.
no.
When he was leaving, I imagine they had to make him hand it over, and he was going, Morgan, Morgan, don't come back, Morgan, no.
Oh no.
No, it's part of his attempts to forge further ties with China. She's a massive Manchester United fan, and the football had been used in Man United's 3-2 victory over Arsenal the previous week. So Starmer managed to get hold of it, took it and gave it to She, and said, if I give you this, can you not kick me out when I ask you about human rights?
Did it
The
work?
fact that it's his team that lost to that team, because he supports Arsenal, right?
Keir Starmer does what sort of feels like something you could hang in the Museum of Personal Failure. And finally, France to abolish marital duty to what?
France to abolish marital duty to have and to hold chic handbags.
That sounds like a Vogue
Title.
line. Not a cover line, like a sort of 7 pages in.
No, it sounds like something that Emily in Paris would write, and it makes no actual sense.
I'm
It's
gonna
not-
apologise.
Absolutely,
I'm
absolutely
withdrawing from this
doesn't.
conversation.
It absolutely doesn't. Emily in Paris. Emily's
no,
brilliant.
Mike.
She's a fantastic at PR. Sorry.
We're gonna get him started
Anyway.
again. Let's not.
I said Mike's trigger word.
It's Emily in Paris or Warhammer, and there's nothing in between.
Oh, wow.
Pick your lane.
That Venn diagram's a circle for you. You're the only
really
person
is.
in it.
Agreed.
France to abolish marital duty to take the bins out.
That'd be good. Solve a lot of problems.
France to abolish marital duty to provide your toddlers with at least 3 smoking breaks a day. I mean, I don't know what route I've gone
Really
down
good.
with these
Yeah,
French
no, I like it.
stereotypes.
I kept it
I like
classic
it.
with probably everyone's first thought, which
Yeah.
is France to abolish marital duty to fidelity. But
You're close.
know.
It's
Really?
France to abolish
That's
marital
concerning.
duty to have sex.
oh,
Huh.
I didn't realise that was a duty
Well, I think
in law.
the law will erase an ambiguity that's persisted despite there being no explicit mention of conjugal duty in any legal text. I think it's a very old-fashioned thing to be like, I think even in Britain and Ireland they had this for years and years, and we got rid of it quite a while ago.
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good thing. That's
Yeah.
some good news.
But also a very good news for Melania Trump, who can now visit Paris without any fears.
Yeah, I wonder if they covered that in her documentary.
Yeah.
They didn't. It's basically just her
No.
walking around in hats. You don't need to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's
Hiding
basically
from
Emily in
Donald.
Paris. Sorry, Mike.
It's
Oh, yeah. She
Melanie
wishes.
in Paris.
We posted this missing word round on our social media channels, and congratulations to Lost League on Instagram, who made us. Did they make us laugh? Who made us laugh
Think.
with their response? Made us think with their response when they said, "France to abolish marital duty to love," and then immediately replied saying, "Louvre."
That's how my brain works when I'm trying to do
yeah.
a pun.
So I don't know if
on
it's a
air,
typo.
so
or I'm trying to
I
explain
liked
it.
it.
I thought they were going to do like a triple. I thought it was like a French thing, like, you know, like Love Louvre baguette or something,
Oh.
you know, like a little I don't know.
I've been watching
Anyway,
too much Emily in Paris.
yeah, maybe Lost League. Perhaps if you want to explain yourself. Anyway, follow Have I Got News For You on Instagram and Twitter so you can enter our missing words round when we post another one next Monday. Thank you for listening to In the News this week. If you've enjoyed this episode, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
For updates on the show, make sure you're following Have I Got News For You on Instagram, TikTok and Twitter.
You can also get in touch with us by emailing podcasts@hattrick.com. That's hattrick with 2 T's.
Make sure you followed or subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to it now, and we'll see you here for next week's episode.
Au revoir.
Bye. That's what Mandelson's saying to us at the moment.
Yeah. Bye, Peter.
Good riddance. See you in hell.
In the News This Week is presented by Jack Harris, Queenie Miller, Emerald Paston and Mike Rayment. The producer is Diggory Waite. The executive producer is Claire Broughton. And the music is by Big George. In the News This Week is a Hat-Trick podcast.
You did promise me you'd come back from the Antarctic tour and blonde.
And skinny.
The Coldest Shift, an Antarctic adventure presented by Dr. Rachel Varnham.
We need to be the forerunners in making sure that we keep the Antarctic the only continent without COVID. We can perform small operations here.
How many nurses are going with you? None. Are you taking a dentist? No, that's me as well. Are you taking a physio? No, that's me. So all of the things that you have in a hospital, we've had training on, essentially.
Oh, Rachel, why would you do that as a medic? It's ridiculous.
So here's a little story about the journey on the James Clark Ross.
The Coldest Shift, available now on all podcast platforms.